Hey, what's up YouTube, Mario here, and today we're finally going to look at how much I spent in Summoner's War, plus you get a face reveal for how long it took me to upload this video. Don't mind the quality, this is the built-in camera. We're going to start off by looking at some of your comments, then I'm going to let you know how I broke my free-to-play Ginity, because that's pretty important, and then for the last thing I'm going to let you know how much I spent. I wanted to give you an exact number and show you all the receipts and everything, but that also means that I can potentially get hacked, so we're not going to take that risk. Let's go ahead and start off by looking at some of your comments. So to start off, we have Mr. Spidey guessing that I spent around $300 to $500, and then also answered all the questions that I left. I mainly left those questions so you guys can self-reflect on your spending just to see if you're happy or not with it. Then we have another viewer guessing that I spent around $1,400, and this person is free to play. Much respect to the free to play players. Then we have another guess that's pretty close to that one. It's $1,500. Then we have Cheyenne guessing that I spent around $300 max, and there was a really detailed reason as to why they think I spent only $300. This person is free to play. Again, respect to the free to play players. Then we have a viewer guessing that I spent $0. I wish I was free to play, but that's not the case. We have a detailed guess of $6,379 with a quarter from Mr. 51 Seer. And then for the last comment, we have a longtime viewer guessing that I'm a free to play player. Again, unfortunately, I'm not a free-to-play player. So now I'm going to talk about how I ended up breaking my free-to-play Ginity in Summoner's War. We have to go way back to 2016. Right after the Pokemon Go era, I stopped playing Pokemon Go because of all the issues. So the only game I had to play was Clash of Clans, and that was pretty boring because I had already been playing that game for a while. And then one of my cousins recommended that I try Summoner's War. I didn't want to try it out. I was really stubborn not to try it out. And eventually I did, and I got hooked. I remember that I started with the Avarice Holo Heroes, and I couldn't get the unit. It was too hard to do that Holo Heroes. I remember fiending for a Verti-Heal because he wasn't a fusion monster and I needed him for dungeons and stuff. And it's really crazy to think, but the feeling that Summoner's War gave me when I first started playing was really crazy. Only few games have ever made me feel that way. It was a really nice, exciting feeling, and I got hooked. I was addicted, to the point where eventually I ended up buying my first pack. I'm gonna sound like a boomer saying this, but I remember playing way back in the day, legendary scrolls really didn't mean much, not like today where we're gonna get like 10 legendary scrolls back to back. Back then you had to work for it, or you could buy packs. So I ended up buying one pack that broke my free-to-play Ginity, and that's where I got my first Nat 5 Vanessa. But back then, Vanessa was complete dog shit, so I didn't end up using her up until like 3 or 4 years later when they buffed her. So she wasn't really used all that much, she just kind of sat there, but it was really nice to have a Nat 5 pretty early on in the game. Again, that feeling will never be replicated, unfortunately. It was a crazy feeling. So now that you know the very intimate story of me breaking my free-to-play Ginity, I'm going to let you know the rough ballpark of how much I spent in Summoner's War. It's roughly around $1,300 to $1,500, which to me isn't a lot, especially over the span of like 8 years. But to some people, like the free-to-play players, that's a lot. To the whales, it's nothing, it's chump change. But it's always been so hard for me to spend on mobile games, except with Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go is a whole different story. I'll spend like crazy for the raid passes. I need those shinies. Now to reflect if I'm happy with my spending, I have to say that I don't really mind it. If you divide it by the 8 years, let's say it's like about $200 per year. I don't think that's that bad, especially for something that you like. And now that I'm making content, I did end up spending a bit more when I started making content. I started buying the TOA hell packs. So I can have crystals and summons and all that. Hopefully get an LD5 so I can entertain you guys. But yeah, I don't mind it at all. And in terms of progression, I have to say that it really didn't help me out. I didn't buy any rune packs or re-apps. I mainly bought stuff so I can have energy and crystals so I can keep farming. I like the idea of being built, not bought, even though I technically bought some stuff. So yeah, my account is mainly me grinding for 8 years to get where it's at, and I'm still not really happy with it. I wish I can progress a little bit more and have some LD5s and better runes and stuff. If my luck would have been better and I got good stuff out of the packs, then I probably would have spent more, but my luck is complete dog shit, so we're not even gonna go to that topic. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you're interested in some non-siege videos, let me know in the comment section below. I'll try to do some other non-siege stuff. You might see my face in some sieges in the future now. We'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, maybe consider leaving a like, comment, and subscribing, as it really helps my channel out. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. I stopped playing Pokemon Go because of all the issues. So the only game I had to play was Clash of Clans, no Diddy, guys. And once I started playing it, I was hooked. I noticed that there was a really big difference in ranks. So I wanted to hit G2, G3, the big red star numbers. So the only game I had to play was, again, that feeling will never be replicated, unfortunately. It was a crazy feeling. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.